Hi, how are you? Yep, in the kitchen. Come on over. I am going to make the dough. I'm making bagels. It's a simple recipe, but I just have to get the dough set up. Gotta knead it, and then set it aside and let it rise for probably 3 or 4 hours. Okay, and then if you want, we can go out front here. I need to snip, snip, snip a few dead flowers and pick some peppers. Pick peppers. Yep, and yeah, I've been looking for my recipe for tomato soup in the Vitamix, because you can roast all these vegetables and then put it in the Vitamix and put it on the soup setting, and it comes out hot and bubbly and smooth. So I want to do that because I have a lot of tomatoes, and I gotta pick the rest of, well, not the rest, I have a lot, some more cherry tomatoes, and get them roasting. So yeah, just a bunch of things so that I'll have food during the week. I love to have a bagel in the morning. And the price, it's unbelievable how much it's gone up. So I looked to see, how do you make them? I have never made bagels before. And this recipe is super good. It really, really works well. They don't stay fresh for a very long time, so the recipe makes 8, and I basically have to just use them up. I was going to try to freeze them, but maybe I'll do that next time. Anyway, yeah, hello. Alright, I'm going to tell you, basically this is it. It's flour, sugar, yeast and salt, and a little warm water. And the water it needs to be between 100 and 110 Fahrenheit. This is my candy thermometer from when I used to make chocolate. I used to do chocolate tempering and making truffles, chocolate truffles. So here's the thermometer, and I'll just check the water. I tend to go more towards the 110 because then when you put it in the bowl with the yeast, it's a little cooler, so it'll cool it down a little bit right off the bat. So I'm gonna warm up the water, take the temperature, and then add it to the yeast. This is an active dry yeast. Yeah, it's not a bread machine yeast. This is just, I'm going to mix it with some warm water and let it bloom. So I'm going to put it in a smaller bowl. This one will work. So it uses quite a bit of yeast. It's 2 3/4 teaspoon of instant or active dry yeast. So there's 1, 2, and just under 3. I'm gonna warm up the water over here behind you. Pardon me. Alright then. Yeah, we're going to use a little bit of olive oil on the bowl after we get the ball of dough ready to go, ready to rise. And we'll roll it around in the bowl here. And I'm going to heat up the oven just a little bit at 200, just briefly. So it'll be nice and warm in there. And we'll cover the dough and put it in there to rest and rise for almost 4 hours. So let me check the temperature of the water over here. already at 80. This is 1.5 cups of water. We're at 90. Coming up on 100. I periodically take it off the flame and just swirl it around a little bit because the pan itself is pretty warm. So now we're at almost 105. I'm going to take it off at about 108. Yeah, here we are, 108. So I'm going to take it off now. Put this back in here before I drop it. Okay. I'm going to pour the warm water in with the yeast. And give it a good mix. And my cute little whisk. I've had this thing for about 20 years. A little egg. A little Christmas egg. I'm sure I've used this in my cooking videos before. Have you watched those? I used to do a lot more. I used to be inspired very late at night to cook, so I'd make videos. Alright, that's well mixed. I'm just going to cover that up just a bit. I can use this board and just put a cover. Let's set this over here for a minute. Now we're going to measure and sift the flour. So it does call for about 4 cups of bread flour, and it should be about that was loud. It should be about 520 grams. So I do like to weigh. I don't know. I do feel in some cases it does make a big difference because 4 cups can be very compact or it could be more loose, so I like to weigh it on my little food scale here. So I turn it on and it goes to 0. We're doing grams, but I can also change it and have it be pounds, ounces, or kilograms. So here's grams, and we're going to use a lightweight plastic cup, and of course that weighs 108 grams. We're going to zero it out right here, and now we're going to mix, add in the flour to 520 grams. I don't know if you can see the numbers right there, but it should be almost full. 528, 526. Take a little lump out. I know from past experience that it's fine to be a little bit more because it does tend to make, we end up adding a little bit here and there. Now it's at 522 down there. And we can turn that off. I have an egg for later. We're going to do an egg wash. And I'm going to keep the flour handy because we are going to use it again when we start to knead the dough. We'll have some for our hands and for the table once I turn it out. But I am going to sift the flour just to make it light and fluffy. Just pour a little bit at a time in here. Shake it. I remember my mom had a really big one and it had a little crank on the side that you kind of flipped it around in there and it came out the bottom, and it was a lot easier to use than this, but you know, I just use whatever I have mostly. When I look and see how much it costs for a simple little thing to replace it and make it a better model, it's like, nah, this works. I'll just keep this. So, almost done. So there's the rest of it. So you can tap it. It's like confectionery sugar. Alright. And even to the end, I just push the last bit through. There we are. We also are going to use a little bit of brown sugar. The recipe I adapted was calling for dark brown sugar or granulated sugar, or a malt syrup, malt syrup. Anyway, I don't have that, so I use light brown sugar, 1 tablespoon packed. So I'm gonna add a little more than full because I'm gonna pack it. Squish, squish. It feels so interesting. There we go. Add that. And some salt. It's going to be 2 teaspoons of salt. Cute little cup on little polka dots. 1, 2. And one thing is, even if you were just to put the yeast right in, you'd want to mix this before you put yeast near salt, because it can keep it from poofing. So I'm just going to stir this up. That's it. That's the only ingredients. Alright, now we're going to add the yeast. It's a little fizzy. It's definitely active yeast. Alright, I'm going to make a little hole in the middle. Pour a little in. Mixy, mix, mix. You see? Pour a little more. Mixy, mix. Yeah, I don't have my little shorty nails on because I knew I was going to be kneading dough, and it gets really under your fingernails. So I just have a nice, clean manicure. This is not the proper tool. It's ridiculous. I'm just going to use my hands. Okay, let go. And I do have, let's see what I can use. Here. Just going to put a little bit of flour in here so I don't have to reach into the bag when my hands get goopy. Okay. Just slowly working the dry into the mushy stuff in the middle. I like doing this too. just keep it in the bowl until I get all the dry stuff picked up. And I'm going to turn it out on the counter here that I have cleaned very thoroughly and used an antiseptic spritz because the cats always jump through here. It drives me nuts, but you know, even if they didn't do it when I was here, I know they do it when I'm not. So there's nothing I can do about that except assume and always clean. So there you go. And you might start thinking, oops, that it's too dry, but oops. Just keep going. Get it all together. You can scoop it up and squish it in there. Get it off my hands a little bit. So then I got almost all of it picked up. And then, you know, if I had a mixer with a dough hook, I could do the next part very easily. But I would miss out on putting all my energy into this batch that I'm going to eat. So I'm going to do it manually every time. Okay, it's still a little bit sticky. That's good. So now I have to set my timer. I'm going to set it for 7 minutes because when you're kneading dough, it feels like an eternity. I like doing it, but I definitely do not estimate the time properly. Okay, I'm setting it on my phone over here. 0707. Because I always have to have some sort of magical number. Okay, here we go. I'm going to move this over and sprinkle a little flour. And the thing that's nice is it's kind of cool. So, I don't know why that's good, but it's not pastry dough. Okay, here we go. Yeah. And as I go, if it starts sticking badly to my hands, then I'll sprinkle a little more flour. Or if it's sticking to the board, I can feel it as already. Sprinkle, 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 sprinkle. Stop jumping in here. Okay. Yeah, so I fold it and I push it away. And then I turn it and fold it. And push it away. And I'm using the heel of my hand and I'm pushing it with the other hand. I'm stretching it and folding it. Sticky. Yeah, this is when the cooking videos just jump ahead and go, voila, all the kneading is done. It's already been 2 minutes. That's pretty good. Oh, my stomach's growling. Do you hear that? I haven't had any bagels for a few days. And I have a lot of nice, beautiful red tomatoes. I'll show you on my windowsill. And I like to do cream cheese, a fresh tomato, thin, thin, thin slice, purple onion, and a few capers. Not capers. Yeah, capers. Yeah. Yeah, they're salty and they pop. Kind of crunchy. So yummy. 4 minutes left. double in size and be super soft. And usually it goes at least to the top of the bowl. Oh, my arms are getting sore. It still feels a little bit warm from the yeast. It's very elastic. We're under 3 minutes now. I can do it. Well, my shoulders are a little tired. And my arms, because I was raking up the corral. Had a lot of horsey poo. It's been so hot. I hadn't kept up with it very well at all, so I've been raking piles together and then using the manure fork to pick up piles. And oh my gosh. And I have a very big wheelbarrow, so when that's full, I have to go across the field to go dump it. Oh my goodness. It's a very good upper body workout. And if I go really fast, I can make it aerobic. So, this morning was shoulder day. I'm a little sore. Under 2 minutes now. Okay, so this one I like to take a quick look and see if it softly pops back. That's pretty good. And breathe. And breathe. This is very sticky. All right, let's just warm up the stove, oven. And we're going to put it on bake. Just going to put it on for like 2 minutes. Setting the time down. 4, 3, 2. And we're going to put it to 200 degrees. Just want to make it just a little warm in there. So I'm going to let that warm up for a minute. I think we should get a snack and go take a walk outside. And I'm going to pick some peppers. Okay? Set the timer for a few hours. Great. Alright, we're back. Yep, I'm ready for the next step. So the timer went off for the bread dough. And here's some new things that we're using. So I cut the parchment paper to line the tray. This can be put into the oven and it will keep the bagels from sticking. So do 4 on each. And once I take the bagels out of the boiling water, and I'm going to put them on here, so I'll just let them drip a little bit. And then we'll be brushing them with egg white. And you can use a vegan substitute with flaxseed and some warm water, and you blend it and let it sit, and it gets sort of the consistency of egg white. You want to stay vegan on that. Get my little. So we use this little brush. For the egg white, a little bit more flour here if we need it for the surface, and then we're going to be using a little bit of grandma's molasses. As I said, I used to use this for using medication with my horse. Yeah, unsulfured molasses. Anyway, it's to put a little bit of sweetener in the water. I have a big pot of water over there boiling, and I'm going to add some of this molasses and bring the water to a boil. So that's what's happening over there. And this is the strainer that I'm going to use to fish the bagels out of the boiling water. Good old tool, stainless steel. Yep, so that's where we're at. Wait till you see this dough. Now I took it out of the oven where it was staying warm so I can preheat my oven. So you can see it definitely more than doubled. Nice and mushy. Alright, let me get this oven preheated. So we're going to go bake 425, 24 minutes. So we're going to let that heat up for at least 10 or 15 minutes while the water is boiling and we do the bagel boiling. You ready for this? Just pull it away and use a little bit of flour on my surface and my hands. Great consistency. Okay. Break it in two. I don't really weigh it or worry too much about it in particular, but I know I'm going to make it into 8. So I'm going to just cut this roughly like that. And then again. And then this one too. And then this one in half, and half again. Oh, it's a big one. Okay. So now we're gonna form them into balls. Try to use that same technique of kind of rolling it under a little bit, just to get some of the wrinkles out so it'll be smoother, just for the look of it. And then the bottom will still be kind of messy. And then we're going to poke a hole from underneath and pull it open a little bit like this. And there you are. And then repeat, 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 repeat. And then I'm going to just kind of pinch it and roll it so it has a smooth top. Kind of folding it under. And then pulling open a little hole. And there's 2. Then we'll just lightly cover the trays with a hand towel, kitchen towel, and let it sit while we get ready for the water to boil and put the molasses in. There may be better bagel recipes, there may be better bagel makers. That's fine. These are quite satisfactory. Made with nice dough and no fancy ingredients, no preservatives. It's so much cheaper. Gosh, I can't even believe. And it's not even 6 bagels in a package anymore, it's 5. Unless you go to a bakery and order individual, and that's even more expensive. So, you can see this is very easy. You just have to think of it the day before you want them. And you have to do it early, when you'd want to be eating them, so that the dough can have time to rise, so that you can bake them. Then you have to wait till tomorrow to have it for breakfast. Yeah. But then I'll remember in the morning when I'm making my coffee and I'll say, oh yeah, fresh bagels. Like that. Okay. Yeah, we'll start to hear all the little animals coming around because it's getting closer to dinner. We still have 1 hour. There's that. Maybe a little longer. Okay. dark so much earlier. And then I'm going to turn the clocks back. Oh my gosh. Yep, fall back. Spring forward, fall back. What a dumb custom. Okay. Last one. My nose is very itchy. I think we're all still getting over that smoky air. I have to change the pads on my swamp cooler. I hosed them all out and cleaned the one I had. But I didn't want to put the brand new ones in until the air was clearer. Okay, there we are. And I hear the water boiling. So I'll do 4 at a time. And I will bring you over there. Alright then. So see, it's rapidly boiling. I'm going to turn it down just, well, no, I'll leave it like that. So here's the molasses. And I'm going to put about 1/4 cup. Just eyeballing it. Like that. And I'll give it a little stir off the bottom. I hear a little dog looking for me. Okay. Here we go. So it only stays for 1 minute on each side. And these are kind of heavy. They're not like donuts. I think donuts are a lot lighter. And this is water, of course. So, whoops. Alright. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50, 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56, 57, 58, 59, 60. Now I'm going to flip them and boil them for another 60 seconds. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50, 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56, 57, 58, 59, 60. And scoop it out and flip it onto the paper towel. Okay. I gotta get the other tray. Here we go. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, Push over. You know, I can take the paper towel out now so it doesn't stick. It's okay if the paper underneath is a little wet. It will dry in the high heat. Okay. I forgot I usually do that before I put the egg on. That's okay. It's all good. These are nice. Okay. I'm gonna finish with these. And then you can also put seasoning on top. Anything you particularly like. I usually just do some coarse sea salt. I have some Mediterranean sea salt. I'm gonna do it from high up so you can get all of it evenly. And kind of do that before the egg soaks in. So now we're ready to cook the first batch. It's going to be 425 Fahrenheit for 24 minutes. Okay, there they go. And then we'll put these in. And in the meantime, I'll just clean up a little. And put the egg into the dog food. Don't like to waste anything. And then the shells go in the compost. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, I've been a little bit more diligent about separating everything. Especially for our own garden. But even the regular pickup in town is promoting separating, but they're not picking everything up separate, so it kind of defeats the purpose, but I'm getting in practice anyway. So this will be for Riley, and this will go back in the fridge. Yeah, I like to kind of tidy up before everything's ready. And then we can relax. Okay. Not too messy, really. No. Not bad at all. Yeah, it's only like 5-6 ingredients. Yep. Wipe this all down again. Yeah, so I picked a lot of tomatoes. I was telling you yesterday and today. So I'd like to make some tomato soup with some peppers, the beautiful peppers that I picked. I want to roast everything, but I use the same oven for the roasting, so I think I'm gonna do that tomorrow. But look at these beauties. Look at these beautiful tomatoes. It's gonna probably be maybe about 10 more tomatoes, and then whatever is left that's green I'm gonna pick, because I want to make some fried green tomatoes. But for now I have bowls and bowls in the refrigerator, and even on the counter from yesterday. Look at all these cherry tomatoes. These are a little cocktail size, and some yellow Golden Jubilee. The last couple, they're pretty small. So I want to make some roasted tomato and roasted peppers in my air roaster. I'm not with these. These are the very hot ones that I'm going to dry. They're almost dry anyway. And I'll just roast these and then pull the peels and seeds out and puree it in with the tomato soup. Yeah, sounds good. And I have to pick some of that basil, which I haven't gotten to yet. I'm going to do that later when I go out to give the horses their final food for the day. Alright, well, let's just go relax for a little while. Can I pour you a beverage while we wait? And just hang out and talk for a little bit, and then we'll come back and I'll show you how the bagels are going. Okay. Okay, so look at these beauties. Oh, yeah. They're crunchy on the outside, but soft inside. Oh my goodness. I can't wait to try one. So can I make you a cup of tea? I already have some over here from before. Yeah? Okay. I've been really enjoying combining hibiscus and rose hips. Oh yeah, my dog is insisting that there's still food in his dish, even though it's all gone. So this one is hibiscus. I get these to make the kombucha. I haven't started any this year. Maybe for the winter I should get a batch going. I could use that heating pad, that germination mat I have. I could wrap it around the yeah, I'm getting tired. I think I can't remember words. Around the jars. This one's the rose hips, blended with hibiscus, certified organic, aromatic fruit of the rose bush, beloved by herbalists. And this one is eco-conscious, sourced from Egypt. And so I'm going to put a couple more in my cup as well. I'm going to put in 2 of each. And while it brews, you can slice open one of the bagels. And I'll show you the sweet and savory bagel that I make sometimes. Kind of like a dessert or a snack. I love this. This is a great mug for tea. It's double walled, so you can hold it even when the hot tea is in there, so it doesn't burn. It has a top, so you can close it up while it's brewing. Steeping, it would be steeping. And it has a strainer, so you can brew loose tea. It's very convenient. And the handle sits right in the little notch on the lid. Perfect. today we're going to use the bags. You could even put the bags in here, and then it'll be easy to take out, but we'll put them in the bottom. Then you just sip on it while it's in there. Okay, let's get the hot water. Yeah, I was just having some tea over there while I was waiting for you to come back out. Yeah, I like the color of this one too. These are good ones to make sun tea. I just put out and let it naturally brew. Yeah. So we'll just let that sit. My little doggy has to insist there's more food left in somebody's dish. There's nothing left. Okay, look how dark it's gotten already. So I'll let that sit for a minute. Alright, here's the amazing bagels. Let's pick a good one. Let's pick. This one's nice and big. Perfect. Nice hole in the middle. Crunchy, but soft. Okay. I also have a bread knife, which might be smarter to use, but it's so long. And this is still nice and soft to get through. I'm just taking my time. So I don't tear it up inside. Cut through the bottom, because it is crunchy on the outside. It's amazing. I love this recipe. There we go. Let go. Need to sharpen my knife. So look at that. Oh my goodness. Smells delicious. Crunchy on the outside, squishy on the inside. So I'm going to use some cream cheese and some wild blueberry preserves. I like this brand a lot. I like to mix it with fresh blueberries and put it through yogurt or as a sweetener for a lot of different things, like on pancakes. So, cream cheese, queso crema. Yeah, I still use some cheese, cream cheese and sour cream and eggs from time to time. I tried the vegan cream cheese, a couple different brands, but I didn't care for it. So, alright. One for you, one for me. Okay, let's just put some on there first, and then we'll spread it out. Yeah, and tomorrow I would be toasting them for breakfast. So it'd be nice and hot. But since it's so fresh, oh my goodness, this is going to be amazing. Okay. Close this up and keep it very fresh. Since I don't eat a lot of dairy products, I have to keep them wrapped very well so they don't go bad. Okay. Alright. Are you looking forward to trying this? I actually had to make it a bunch of times before I made it for you. Just make sure I knew what I was doing. I only had one batch that it was still very good, but they got hard really fast. There's no preservatives or anything, but they just didn't hold up, and I don't know why. And this you don't need very much. It's almost to the bottom, so it's kind of like syrup almost now. But there's a few blueberries in there still. Wow. Wowie, wowie. It's so pretty, huh? Well, I think there's actually a little too much for my taste that's left, so I'm going to leave the rest. One last half a bagel, maybe. Okay, we're just going to spread it a little bit. Sometimes, there we go. Sometimes I put some fresh fruit on it too. But today, doesn't that look delish? Today, I'm just going to use a tiny little bit of salt. Yeah, some of the sea salt that's on the outside. Just a little bit. So I'm going to hold it up really high. Scatter shot. Just a little bit on each one. Sweet, salty, savory cheese. Crunchy, delicious, fresh baked bagels. Alright, this one's for you. This one's for me. Oh my goodness, that's yummy. Yeah. Let me check your tea. Okay. And there we go. I'm going to take out your tea bags. Okay. See, another nice thing about this little lid. A beautiful color. It's like dark cherry. Okay. Just wipe this a bit. Let's see. It's still kind of hot. You want to try a little sip? Tiny sip. Okay. Alright. I say we take our bagels and go get comfortable. I'll give you a napkin. Okay. I'll put mine back on here. Almost forgot. Okay, let's go.